G'day, everybody. Jeez, look at it. I got caught with my mouth full. Cup. G'day, everybody. How's everybody doing? Hang on, let me get the chat on so I know who's who. G'day, Anthony.
Hang on. It's probably me. Hang on. That should have fixed it.
You need a bigger spanner.
Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul.
Okay, gonna have
roll and drift away.
Oh God, here we go. We got an artist singing here. G'day, Andy. How are you? You doing all right? I hope. John Maniki, how are you? And we got Artie in here. Yeah, I got myself here. We're not going to have that arsehole Attila here today because the Raptor squad got him last weekend. Zantek, how are you? Tammy and Ray, how are you? Nice to see you.
Hi, Tammy. Hey, Ray. What's up?
Haven't seen you in here for a while, but then again, I haven't been here for a while myself. And all the other people that are in the background. I'm not in the training room. The training room is in a little bit of a mess. I've been worse. So have I, Andy. Hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully you guys can warm up soon there. We've had a rough, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Real rough 4 days, 3-4 nights here. We have very wild weather, and no, it wasn't me eating baked beans or Mexican. It's all those guys down south in Mexico, you know.
Just to put it into perspective, half of Wollongong is now a suburb of Adelaide.
No, a suburb of Brisbane. We've moved north. Got the window. Oh man, we were getting 60, 70 knot winds here, plus. And well, top of that, we had rain, lightning. You know, as I say, the perfect storm. Was Wednesday night. We got the worst of the electric storm where, not quite that far north, Zantac, because I put the anchor down on the ground and been able to pull myself back.
He's at New South Wales. New South
Wales. No, I don't want to be backwards.
I've seen a lot of New South Wales now. A year ago at this time, I couldn't have said that. And now I've seen a hell of a lot of New South Wales.
Yeah, you only seen one part of it. I mean, we're bigger than Texas.
I've seen a long coastline of it, yeah.
Yeah. G'day, Thomas. How are you, buddy? Nice to see you, buddy.
You stand on the couple of mountains we've been on and then go to the Three Sisters, you see a hell of a lot of it.
Oh, yeah.
You see a hell of a lot of tomorrow, yeah.
But yeah, there's more.
Oh, yeah. It's like, damn, and there's another 3,000 miles beyond that. Whoa.
Yeah. It was interesting because on Wednesday,
kangaroos.
Oh, yeah, and the further west you go, the bigger they get too. So, and yeah, the more damage they do to the car. Young Richard, he hit a kangaroo just before Christmas, just up on the mountain here. Done a little bit of damage to his car. We've done a bit of kangaroo. I think the kangaroo's got a sore tail and a busted leg. Well, that's about right, Zantec. There's bugger all out there. Yeah. But yeah, it was actually interesting on Wednesday night, like with the lightning showing up. everybody knows what it's like with lightning and thunder. Like you get the lightning and you count to work out how far away the center of the storm is. You count 1001, 1002. Well, I never got to 1002.
Yeah.
So it was right above us.
Yeah, when Artie called me right after the storm, the lightning had been so close, his hair was out like this. He had an afro or a side fro.
Oh,
his beard was up like this.
Yeah, and there was a lot of skin
his beard looked like it had taken too much Viagra. That's how close the lightning was.
I know that was the day after. I was still recovering.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and it wasn't so much when the lot, both of them. Yeah, I was just doing my own thing here and just doing a few editing and stuff on the internet and watching a lightning show from my window here. Next minute, it just went. What's that? Oh, nice. All I saw this lightning just hit the front of my driveway here. Next minute, I had this big old bang. My modem that was right next to me here.
Went.
Yeah, I almost left skin marks in me jocks. It wasn't just a lightning, it was just a pop going on over here. And because I still got copper coming from the street into here, what happened was the lightning hit the copper wire and it's gone in through the modem, through the phone line, came out, blew the receiver in the modem and those little power packs. It blew that out.
The modem was like a dead goldfish. It was just upside down and floating in the air.
Yeah, literally. And I'm like, the power went out, and I thought, uh-oh. Now, TV was still working, so I knew my circuit protector here blew. Reset that, but it wasn't just that went out. The main fuse and the main circuit breaker outside, and I was like, no, I'm not going outside while she was blowing wild out there. So going through the process of elimination, yeah, she was fried. And called tech support because yeah. I didn't know what was going on. I rang tech support to see if, just in case our system was down, just go. Great. Ray asked what Viagra. Young Ray or the old Ray? Philip. Yeah, young Ray. Yeah, no, he don't have to worry about it.
Sorry, Tammy. I didn't mean to force an educational discussion.
Tammy, you're leaving the pool. You got the poor guy, under a bubble. Zantac, it is underground. This is the thing. It is underground, but because we had so much water as well already, my ground pit at the front there was already it's like plaster, isn't it, Andy? Because we had the rain and whatnot, and the pit fills up with water. Of course, you know what it's like with lightning. It's electric charge, and electric and water don't mix too well.
I don't know what Viagra is either. All I know is Mayor Sumbitch orders a ton of it.
But I mean, I've got Anthony said I've got this little metal school sign up here that's got a speed limit. It's been hit a couple of times already. The container across the road at the park that works as a canteen. It's been hit a few times in this last week. Just wondering, I don't know what stuff like inside there, but yeah, there was a big massive bang in there. But yeah, I end up finding out a lot on, was it Thursday, why a lot of people are starting to go to Amazon. Because of, I wanted to get my internet up and going, I went to Amazon to see if I can get a modem and a router. And of course, when I got the next day, I only got the router. It wasn't a modem and a router. So I'm trying to go around finding just the modem to get my internet up and going. You think I could find one? No. Went to electronic shops, went to a couple of TV places and where they do computers and internet, nothing. They just had the pack where you got the router and the modem all built in one. They wanted $200 bloody dollars. Between $170 to $200. I'm like, yeah, no, I've already got one at home. I just need the modem. Oh, no. They come as a pack. Oh, man.
I got them now. Hey, Bob, you need a house to go with this doorknob.
Yeah. You want a doorknob, you got to buy the house. Yeah, exactly. If anyone is in the container. Yeah, but thankfully it only gets used during the kids' football season. Yeah. G'day, Dave Crooked River. So yeah, it was interesting. I finally got it going. Tell you what, my memory's getting a little bad. Didn't know how bad it was. I ended up getting a phone call. What was it? Last weekend? No, weekend before. Yeah, last weekend I got a phone call from Joe's wife from Sheila Hobbies. G'day, Joe Rado. How are you, buddy?
Joe, Dave.
And she goes, do you still what you lay by? And I'm like, lay by? What lay by? She goes, oh, you got a Tangara sit here. Oh, I forgot about that. G'day, Monsville. How are you? And
Hey,
I'm
Mom.
like, yeah. Now I could put this on lay-by. I found out I put this on lay-by in, when your memory goes, it means you're old, Odie. Oh, thank you. Love you too, Tammy. I thought it was all the other crap that's going on in my head that's actually doing it. And she goes, oh, no, it's been here since 2023, Christmas. I'm like, what? Well, I finally got my Tangara set. You want me to unwrap it?
Hey, I'm always curious to see what people get in their plain brown wrappers.
Oh, you do? Yeah. Can I just borrow your air pump for a moment? That's a big box. Yeah, open. Yeah, Andy wants me to open. Santac wants to open. Okay, so everyone. Open it. Okay. Oh, thanks, Anthony. So, I'm not going to take it out the.
God, I remember you talking about buying that. Oh my goodness, there it is. Oh crap! You were going through that on the live stream. Yeah, it was over a year ago.
Yeah. No.
Because when we were in Australia, you pointed out and you said, "Yeah, I ordered one of those."
Yeah, and it's actually got the not the bicentenary, the Olympics logo from year 2000 when we had the Olympic Games here. Now, this is going to stay in the box because I already know it's not going to be running on my layout because of my radius. Being an Ossetian brand, they are very touchy with curves and whatnot.
Oh, you've got to give it a try.
No, Zantac, it is an EMU. This is what you would travel on in Sydney and down here on your normal train service. You got a standard forecast set, and in the Sydney suburban area, you'll see them hooked up as an 8-car set. Now, this one is a suburban version. The ones that used to run down here was the inner city version that they actually had toilets in one of the cars. But now we've got new double deckers, which Anthony and Joyce travelled on.
Yep.
They're set up as a 4-car set, and they can hook them up as an 8-car set. Now we get some new ones again. So it's worth a try, but no, I'm not taking it out. Apparently, what I've been told and what I've read, they're actually a lot more finicky to put together than our rail jets and some of the Roco stuff that Anthony and I have got. Hang on, who wants me? Battery. Okay. My phone is saying that your phone's going flat. But yeah, that's going to. I can't get any more. Joe said if he knew it was a Tangara, said he would have sold it. He would have been able to get more than almost triple the money on it, triple the money on the Tangara set because you can't buy them anymore new.
You are gonna have to go in there and at least put them on the track at least once. That's an order. That's an order.
I've got to get a DCC decoder for it because it's just a DC.
No excuses. No excuses. You get it in there. You put it on the track.
Oh,
you push it by your fingers around the curve and see if it can handle it.
No, Zantac, it's not a low. Well, it sort of is, but it's a double decker. Our 2 labs. No, just one lavatory. Only one lot of toilets in these. Not like the V sets where
one loo and it's always out of order.
Pretty much you're locked up.
Those Aussies and their Mexican food. That's why they have the big storms down there.
No, the storm comes down from the south. It's not me. It's all the.
That's what
it's all the Mexican. It's all the Melbourne.
You guys in New South Wales always blame the Melbourne and people in the south, and the people north of you blame you guys. All you Aussies, all you do is blame the other territories for everything.
Yeah, but even Queensland will back me up and goes, all the crap comes from Melbourne.
Well, wait a minute. Mons is here. Mons is in Queensland. Is this true? It all comes from Victoria and Melbourne?
Yeah, it all comes from down there. I mean, up there it's worse. They bypassed Sydney and they've all moved up to Queensland. He must run out at least once. Okay, all right. I'll tell you what. When I'll run it eventually down the line. I just got to sort a few things out.
Yeah, you can't open that up live, show it off, show this amazing, cool looking commuter train off, and then say, "And I'm never going to put it on my tracks." That's just the biggest. Well, we don't have to. We don't want to have Tammy have to explain any more to Ray today. So I'll keep it PG. That's the biggest tease you could do.
Well, it's worth more when it's still sealed up in its original wrapper. So who knows what happens tomorrow? I might need to sell it off to the highest bidder. Because I know not Carolina Foothills. Southern Cross Road. I know he wants my hang on. Your check hasn't arrived yet, Andy.
Who are you kidding? The check of rides is cashed and spent.
What is that? What do you say? Human, yeah. Yeah, see, here you go. So there's here's a guy here, Southern Cross Rail System. He wants about 46 class. You know, come on.
There's Dirk.
Um,
Thank goodness I have a headache now.
Viagra helps for the headache. Um, um, I don't know if I don't know if we'll make it Delmara because there's been lots of more here.
Out of the two of us, one of us actually did try comedy, but never progressed. Because I always did it.
Me too. People just laughed me off.
I don't know. I figure. I mean, Delmarva, there's all kinds of comedy on my channel. I mean, the parody songs we do, the Matt Clark series we do, and that's it. If that stuff's not funny, then nothing else we're gonna do is funny.
And talking about double decker suburban trains in Sydney, it's actually this weekend's a Memorial Weekend up in Sydney. I was hoping to get up there for one of the worst train accidents that ever happened in Sydney itself, and it was actually caused by 46 class there, Southern Cross.
Let me guess, Hardy. Let me guess. This worst train accident in Sydney was caused by somebody down south.
No, it's actually from someone from that that west. But yeah, the engineers that were covering up were from down south. There was 80 odd people killed and over 200 people injured, and this happened in January 18th of January in 1977, long time ago.
Right.
Anthony and I and Joyce, we actually went past the scene of the accident when we were in Sydney when we were coming back.
Yeah, and they had a little bit about it at the Railway Museum.
Yes, that's right. And we call it the Day of the Roses. And how they actually happened, there is a movie, an Australian movie, it's a 2-part movie, and it's actually called The Day of the Roses. So if anyone ever wants to watch something interesting, an interesting Australian movie that's based on a real story, that's a good one to see. And I'll show some pictures of it later. But it was actually turning point for this state, and the way the emergency procedures were carried out, particularly with rescue, where there were a lot of volunteer organisations that were involved in the rescue because there wasn't enough police and ambulance rescues at the time. The organisation that I was affiliated with, Volunteer Rescue Association, they were actually retired. So was formed by retired servicemen from World War II, Korean War, and the Vietnam War. So it's so the VRA and a lot of these rescue organisations, volunteer organisations, grew from there. But also the rail maintenance, the way they looked at the essential rail maintenance, particularly in this state, because there was a lot of rail maintenance that wasn't done. Now, the cause of the accident was apparently the flanges were worn on the 46 class as well as the track, but the flanges were worn out and the train was going around the bend and jumped the track and hit the pillar. And with it knocking the pillar, the bridge actually fell down on the train. I remember that day in the way of my music teacher himself, he actually lived more or less across the road from the train, from where it actually happened. Let me see if I can share the photos, which are archived. Just give me a moment. Yeah. So that is actually looking towards the parent. Did that come up all right?
It is now, yeah.
Yeah, and let me just put it on the bigger screen. So that's basically the train disaster there. That was actually looking west. The engine is actually to the right of the picture. And you can see that, yeah, there's actually two carriages sitting underneath that bridge. It's an interesting story in itself. Hang on, let me show some other photos of it. You can see it there. He actually came down from Mount Victoria. That train actually started from, remember where we turned around at up in
Right, Mount Victoria.
up the Blue Mountains, Anthony?
Yeah, near Mount Victoria.
Yeah, that's where the train started from. And the service is also known as the Fish. That's a plaque that's actually been put in place by the train accident. It's still up there. This is where I wanted to go to today, but the weather wasn't sufficient. It wasn't. The weather's been unpredictable, and that's the new bridge now that we actually went under. Since the day of that accident, and that's the memorial with all the people that actually lost their lives. It is a sad thing, and it goes to show. Yeah, it was buggered. It actually started. They actually started to change the way the bridges were being made, and redesigned a lot of bridges. They changed a lot of bridges because of those stanchions. Yeah, what can I say? It was a sad event. I just thought I'd share that with you people, because you don't hear too many big major train disasters here in Australia, but that was our biggest, worst one to date. And what was I going to say? I'm losing my mind. Yeah, I just thought I'd share it with you guys. All right, so what am I doing also at the moment? Yeah.
Wow, your memory is bad. You're just doing it, and you can't remember you're just doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And there was a lot of people died, but it'd be amazed. There was a few that actually survived underneath that bridge collapse. There's at least, I think, 4 or 5 that actually did survive in those carriages that were crushed, and that was a big feat. They were actually on the news last night that they are still alive and well. Well, they are alive. But it's amazing how we can take life for granted at times. So, 1 minute, yeah, you're just doing your normal thing, and Away disaster. Yes, Montreal. Yeah, that's another one. You can actually, one next time I'm up, you can actually talk about that one. Yeah, there has been, and I've got to say,
I think every country has one or two major.
yeah, and I think there's a lot to learn from. And as I said, they learned a lot here with safety and whatnot. And yes, we've still had a few little ones here. One of the won an award for where a guy actually, well, the driver Herman, um, he actually had a medical episode behind the control, and the train went a little bit too quick around the bend, and he actually came off the rails. He passed away, and I believe there was another three more or two more that actually lost their lives. But I've got to say, the system here is a lot safer than it used to be. It started getting a little bit neglected, but they started, they started getting things back in the shipshape order. Heroin Wilston, yeah. Well, UK's got a lot of accidents too, but I mean, we all take this sort of stuff for granted. We just hop on a train or whatnot, but just enjoy the engineering. Where am I at with the layout? It's a mess in there at the moment. That's why I'm not in there. I've been trying to cut up some wood to finish up that top layer, and because of the way the weather's been here for the last couple of weeks, I haven't been able to do nothing. So it's just sitting there. It's in a bit of a mess at the moment, so I'm hoping to, by the next time I come up, I'll have something going. But in the meantime, it's been good because I'm having a little, where my main suburban station's going to be on the big main section. I've got a few little challenges the way I was going to do the track work, but after thinking about it, I've got to mess around with it later on tonight, after the show, is realign the track work. What's the mud flow from a volcano took out for yeah. I did have a book on.
Yeah, like Mark from Zantic mentioned, he was talking about the Asheda disaster, which was the same thing. A ICE derailed and then hit a road support system, which then collapsed on the train. And it was near 100, over 100 people died in that one.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So, I mean, very similar. I mean, same sort of situation. Derail, hit road support collapses.
But I believe that one was due to a cause of a cracked axle, an axle that actually cracked.
Yeah, I don't remember. I just, I wasn't into trains, and, obviously wasn't into German trains either at the time, but it was German relatives over there.
They actually found that with the 46 class, that the flanges were too worn down, and it was put back into service because they were trying to cut costs on it. And the start rail throw, because it was a government body, was actually trying to hide the locomotive, but it was we had the coroner get involved with it, and the coroners are independent, and they demand to see the engine, and the start rail was actually trying to hide it from him because they knew there was some sort of flaw with it. It got to a point when the start rail was actually going to cut her up and scrap, but then they said, I mean, no, they didn't end up cutting it, but they found out the flanges are too worn out. But also the track on the bend, yes, the driver was going a little bit quick because he was trying to make up time, but even the track was worn out. So you got a worn out track, worn out flanges. The trains end up doing what my trains do, is just jump off the track. Switch out. Yeah. This one happened near some switches. But yeah, the switches are turned out because they're known to draw a lot of trains. I've noticed with the tracks, particularly the TGV and fellows, the ones that we were looking at yesterday on Anthony's show. I've noticed I noticed that with the flogs, they actually got a floating flog. So the flog is actually as you. I'm going to use the wrong terminology. As your throws get thrown over, the frog has actually got a rail in it too, which throws over. So it does a continuous line to prevent to prevent a lot of dramas. Most of the time when the dramas happens is actually on the frog. Okay. I do have a lot of old wood still left over, and I try to use as much as I can, because as we all know, wood's not cheap. Not that wood. Young Ray's watching. But I've got some leftover wood here that I would actually timber. Let me rephrase that. I've got leftover timber that I'm actually going to donate to young Richard, because they're still working on their layout. Because I've got plenty left over. But the plywood is
Is it
what I
still under the tarp?
Yeah, still under 2 tubs.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, you had the one critter had eaten through part of that tarp.
Yeah, Pixie hasn't she? Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Pixie did that. I thought it was one of the yard rodents that had.
Yeah, no, it was Pixie that
It was
did
Pixie,
that.
right.
So
Okay.
she was going in, and she said, "No, I wanted a way out." So she actually did the. It's on the other hard drive. I tell you, it wasn't me. It was just somebody was sort of like.
Well, you see, Ray, when a bee and a bird love each other very much. I'm sorry. Somebody's going to get stung.
Yeah. It looks like you're going to get stung before me, because she lives close.
Pinky, are you considering what I'm thinking?
Yeah. She's
Yeah,
going to be close.
but I mean, me and Pippi Longstocking, what would the kids look like?
Yeah. But let's look at it this way. She's going to be closer to you than me in another couple of weeks. So you're close your ears. Yeah, so
just cover his eyes, Tammy, and start singing really loud, la 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 la.
Where's those banging sounds coming from? Oh no, that's the possums under the house.
Don't look now, Ethel. I shouted. Too late. She already got a free shot.
John, it already is an R rated, but it's getting close to the losing the R and getting the X on the front on the side.
Oh no, we are nowhere near that.
No, but
nowhere near.
No. He's tried a couple of times, but no.
Because see, I have that problem on my live stream, with all my stuff, and I get people who watch the Matt Clark stuff, and they're like, "But the kids," and I'm like, "The kids shouldn't be watching that."
Well, exactly. Like I've got, actually been a bit slack at the moment, but mine actually, one is not for children, and a lot of it is MA or mature audience, 15 plus.
Yeah, but everybody thought mature meant over a certain age.
But then again, we're in our
Here's the bad one, Artie. Just to interrupt you. Here's the bad one.
What? You're nearly 60.
The other day, Joyce and I were talking about somebody and we were trying to remember how old this person was, and we figured out. It says, Yeah, he's an older guy. He's about 65. And Joyce looked at me and said, "You're 60." And I'm like, "Oh shit, yeah."
And you still haven't matured.
Growing old is mandatory. Growing up is optional.
Yeah, you still play with dolls.
I don't need to play with dolls. I've got the living thing. Uh-oh. I'm sorry, Tabby. I'm sorry. It just slips out. I work blue. That's all I can say.
I've gotten older, but I have not grown up. For the same here, John, a lot of times it's not worth growing up, is it? You gotta have fun. You gotta try to have fun as much as we possibly can. Otherwise, you're going insane. I mean, like me here, I am going slowly insane. Just sitting in here cooped up. If I do go out, like at the moment, I can't go out. I stink. Thank God we don't have smelling it. Because I tell you what, because it's all flared up underneath my armpits, and I tell you what, it smells worse than a King's Cross hooker. It's a terminology that we have over here with the street prostitutes in King's Cross in Sydney.
No, we Ray's here. There's only so much education. Poor Tammy, she's like, "That's it, I'm out."
It'll be a good lesson for him not to go picking up girls off the street.
Mom, what's up? Somebody's going to be at the computer when nobody's around, Googling this all up and say, "Wow, it's all connected." The V word, the P word, the wood. It's just all dirty. It's all naughty.
I got one of my friends. He's young fella or a young fella. He's a little bit. He's a good guy. He's a good guy, and I always stir him up because he's he's a fun guy. I always stir him up. Come on, buddy. Because he hasn't got an uncle. He only got aunts, poor bugger. Now, come on, buddy, we're going out. Your father won't take you, but I will. I'm going to take you to the brothel. And he goes, no. No, he's a good kid. Look at all my new ICU. And you're missing one. You need one more.
Which one's that?
Hey?
What am I missing? I've got all 4 generations there. I'm obviously missing the Valero, and then there's the ICES and the ICET variations, but I've got the 4 standard generations there.
Yeah. It's a long story. Yeah, it is. Yeah, eating hot dogs. Wink, wink.
We don't want to talk about, but Andy was in the RAF, and it sadly was a very tragic, very brutal part of his initiation into the RAF, and he's had to carry the nickname Hot Dog Pilot ever since. He doesn't want to talk about it, brings up terrible memories. Just understand it was a lot of alcohol was involved, and it's been kept on the down low ever since. No, I do not have an ICED. I just got generations 1, 2, 3, 4, and then D is a variation of ICE3 and so on. I also have the ICE experimental, the original one, up on the wall. And
he got at least 15 minutes, Andy.
The hardest part is the tattoo. He won't show anybody about it.
I don't think we. Hang on. Let me just go and change the ratings on here. I ain't going to put it on next rating. No, actually, he can actually. No, we don't want to see that on the show tonight.
If you and I are ever together and run into Tammy together, we're both going to get our faces slapped just for this one show alone. Do you know how much I had to talk to Ray that night?
Oh, it's not the slap we got to worry about. Oh, no. The slap is not going to be the problem. It's when she starts coming out with that wooden spoon. The wooden
Are you kidding?
spoon.
Joyce has got an aluminum baseball bat. A wooden spoon doesn't worry me.
Hey, everybody in that house freaks out when she takes the wooden spoon, including her dogs. She comes out to the lounge room in the living room, and she's got the wooden spoon. Even the dogs shut up. Even the dogs stand to attention. I mean, I don't know who.
No, my mom used a wooden spoon. It didn't work. But some people have seen the video of Joyce with the aluminum baseball bat. That can be intimidating.
Yeah. But the thing is, the way women deal with it is actually a lot.
Oh, shucks! It's all a bunch of horse poop.
It's first Wi-Fi said that kicks my butt. Welcome to the US. Pretty much, Andy. Yeah. And just come over here, buddy, and we'll have a couple of beers together. And not the Fosters.
I told you, Andy, you're off the hook. Joyce says I can't afford to fly to the UK to finish it. We had a nice little chat, and I was talking about how I was going to work my way to get this train. So as soon as Joyce comes down, what does Andy do? He says, Joyce, what about Anthony getting this train? I'm like, you're going to shut up.
Yeah, they really blew it, didn't he? I mean, we managed to get you to get two.
And Joyce is like, I was listening while at work. I already heard you talking about it.
Yeah, but that's just listening. But here he is. He was just reminding him. We're supposed to be working together here, Andy. We're supposed to help each other out. Sounds frightening, Andy. Yeah. But yeah, come down here. We're only give Fosters are the unwanted international gifts down here, so you'd be right, Andy. You know, right? Yeah, I didn't give you any Fosters, did I, Anthony? We just gave you Barnacle.
You just can't. Well, you learn firsthand. You can't pull the wool over Joyce's eyes.
Oh, definitely can't. I'll tell you what. She is the first American guest I have had here shown the sights, and I struggled to pull the wool over her eyes. There was no way in the world could I actually trick her into anything. I mean, no. There's nothing. There was hardly anything I was able to do. I think I might have got her once.
No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure, because I just remember you constantly being frustrated because you were trying to be so dead serious and explain everything, and Joyce was like, "No, I don't think so."
She knows all the ruts, definitely. I mean, I had my stepsister Brenda. I used to get her all the time, and a few of the others. I get them all the time, but Joyce, no way in the world. Even actually, I'm going to need to give him a ring tonight. Even less. From Grafton, even he tried, and she was like, "No, I'm not catching that bait. I'm not going."
You sent yourself to Coventry, and you'd seen Coventry.
Excuse me, but my goal is I'll go to that. I mean, she's probably listening. My goal is I've got to get her at least once. If I get her once, I'll be happy.
The problem is it now starts with she just assumes you're bullshitting her, and she just will go, sure, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you're not looking, she's Googling. I didn't think that was true.
Well, the next trip where we go through, Google won't be working too well up there.
We'll see. We got years to plan.
Yeah. So, but anyway, I'm hoping I will be able to get the track work done. I have got where I have the station on the main section. I've got to redo the turnouts or the points on there, and when I looked at the track plan, it's what I wanted to do is not going to work. So I'm going to be able to have 2 passing loops there instead of a 1. So I'm going to be reconfiguring all that in the next couple of days. But I don't have to do much change of the wiring because the wiring is already pretty much there. But I'm looking forward just to finishing the track work and be over and done with. It's just been
so are we, Artie. So are we.
I bet you are. But I mean, this last 2 weeks and this last few days, I've been in that much pain in my left shoulder. But what I'm having
I know. I shouldn't tease you too much, but
yeah. But underneath the armpits, as I was saying before, where I've done the keyhole surgery, I sweat a lot. But where I had the keyhole surgery, every time I start sweating, it starts weeping the stuff out. And
well, the worst part is where they did the keyhole surgery, they left the key in it.
That explains it, yeah. It's a bit grey and miserable here, Artie. Yeah, it does look a lot greyer up there, but I see blue skies up here, Monsville. But just make sure you got all your loose stuff
Battened
battened
down,
down because I see there's a cyclone forming up off your coast up north here. Tell Mother, I wished I had a bathtub where I can actually soak into, but I don't.
Yeah.
All right, nice. Well, you take it.
All right, take care, Monsville. Cool video this week that you posted today. You actually had a couple of videos this week, but a cool one today. You really got that shelf layout going well. Really like the ideas on the bridge scene.
But yeah, the thing is, it's because it gets that bad. Like it gets sore where I can struggle to lift up, and
well, that was the problem, Andy. He hired quacks. And I mean, and these quacks were really quacks. I mean, they were the MDA, the Medical Ducks of Australia.
Well, is that
and you should have seen their bills, and I'm not talking the one on their faces.
Actually, I haven't seen the bill. I haven't been paying the bill, so I don't pay the bill. But I mean, it is a bit of a worry when your surgeon can't ride a bike, gets falling off the bike. I mean, it'll last. Was it just after my last surgery on my left? He fell off the bike, and I ended up sending him some training wheels.
I'm in the countdown to doing some major track work on my layout.
Yeah,
the last piece is coming next week, middle to end of next week. So depending if I work up my nerve, I am replacing a bunch of turnouts with some double slips, and it's gonna I'm gonna have to realign most of my track on the Bremen side. Let me see if I can go to that picture. The only picture that really shows it, that one. So, do I have my pointer? This will work. So, all these points right here are coming out, and actually these points here are coming out, because those are really these points here are for when trains come off my one parking area and get them to lanes 1, 2, or 3, because all the trains in that parking area run on lanes 1, 2, and 3 only. And so I use these, but this is also just for current flow. But these are all coming out. These are coming out. And then that turnout is going way further up there. And I'm putting in a series of double slips so that trains can come off that track and go all the way to lane 5. Or it's going to be, but I'm going to have to realign all the the track algorithms, and that's going to be a major work. So I'll start it. If I start it next weekend, it'll be probably Saturday morning after my live stream Friday night. I don't know if I'll start it Friday night, but I'd do it Saturday because I'll give me the most time before I have to live stream again Saturday. But it may come when I finally start it, because I have to talk myself into it. But when I start it, It may be a today, guys, I'm only running trains on the floor, or I'm only running trains on this loop because I will be tearing up a whole lot of track. Because while I'm doing that, I'm going to realign some curves over there that are not aligned as well as I would like.
I'm going to be removing a double slip of mine. One of the reasons is that with the program that I'm using, for some reason, it's not throwing one of the turnouts. So I'm getting rid of that and just putting two, well, basically doing what you got there. You've taken those tracks out, and I'm actually and putting double slip. So I'm taking my double slip out to do that. I'm doing the opposite to you.
Right. The nice thing is the with the Merklin C track, the double slips take up the same amount of space as the turnout. So the algorithms, in other words, if all the turnouts add up to 3 feet of length, the double slips you replace them with add up to 3 feet of length. It's just that it changes the algorithm, because here I might have 360 centimeters, millimeters actually, so 36 centimeters, then a turnout. But the way I'm doing it might be, okay, all of a sudden it's 240 or 250, which would be worse, 250, and then this fits here. Now, how do I account for the other 110? Because C-track doesn't necessarily add up to 110. You have to do some real fidgeting.
Yeah, well, see, I'm using Pico and the Pico track, and the double slip is equivalent to a medium or large.
I run all the loops. I'm not sure I understand the question. Can you run the trains using both loops every lap?
Yeah. He's got 3 loops.
I've got six concentric loops. I've got 6 loops, and I run 6 trains. I mean, you've seen my live stream. I have 6 completed loops. I run 6 trains. So I don't usually run trains through the turnouts, although the turnouts all have decoders, which I can just sit here and pop open, pop close, pop open, pop close. But the thing is, the turnouts make us, or the double slips make a smoother transition when they're going through these turnouts that basically are like this, and you turn them like this, and get them together. The trains kind of really zigzag, funky through them going through, and it doesn't, but it can lead to turnouts, but it looks a little wonky. And by doing the double slips, it's nice, straight, smooth. Lane
I think you're right, Andy. I think they are medium size. And that's a good thing. With the medium sized turnouts and double slips and whatnot that Pico have, you do get a little bit of a smooth. If you do the geometry right, you can get a smooth transition. You don't get so much of a wonk. I may end up doing, because the siding is going to be off the side, I might be able to get away with, because I'm restricted with space, of using a smaller turnout to have the trains go up into the passing loop. Delmar, I do have a shower, but still, it's like you got to get the arm up, and it gets very, very sore to do that. But I'll get there somehow, eventually. But at the moment, I just can't go out anymore.
Yeah, it was very hard. Joyce and I constantly had to encourage Artie to get in the shower.
Yeah. So what they did was they took me outside and hosed me down in the middle of bloody winter. That's why we've got leave-a-lets there now. But yeah, okay, with that. So I'm hoping I'm going to get a lot of that done in the next couple of weeks. Anthony, thank you again for helping me out. I'm
always willing to help you out.
Good.
But if I'm nice, I'll leave the door unlocked so you can come back in.
Okay, thanks, buddy. Thanks. I'm only going to do a short one today because I do want to get a few other things done.
He wants to
I
do a
don't-
short one because he's short.
Listen, I might be short, but I tell you what, I can still do those soccer punts a lot lower. I did actually one thing I did manage to get done, and I'm testing out at the moment is that little boxed computer. Young Kerry.
Yeah, I got to be careful. I might piss Artie off, and he'll give me an uppercut to the kneecap.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm just going to put that to a test. I did have it running.
Let me get a step ladder, and I'll punch you in the stomach.
But if I need a step ladder and punch in the stomach, I don't have to go that far up to reach you in your short and curlies to get you down to my height.
Well, people ask me, Anthony, you've been with Artie. How tall is he? And I have to go, let me see. Hang on. He's about that tall.
See, ain't it good to have mates like him? All right, guys. Tonight or in the morning for you guys, Hot Dog Andy's on next. He does a great show. I would try to stay up for that, Andy. Everybody,
Live from somewhere in the UK, it's Andy.
Yep, with his crashed hot dog aircraft. I think that's the one that they found in the middle of the Atlantic.
Or as he's known in Germany, the Bratwurst pilot.
The Bratwurst, that's the one, yeah, the Bratwurst.
Yeah, in Germany, he's known as the Bratwurst pilot. And all the little fly boys are eager to see him.
I bet they are, very. I bet you're hot, Hardy. Oh, good, Southern Cross. You can come and give me a hand next time when I end up beating this guy up. But anyway, guys, thank you for coming. I'm hoping to have a better show for you guys next week or next time I come up. Because Anthony.
Well, are we on your channel next week or are we on mine? Because we're alternating,
No,
right?
we're on yours next week.
We're on my channel next week.
Yours next week. Yep. Everyone,
the flashing knobs! Oh, the flashing knobs!
Leave my knobs alone.
Shut up, you old tag.
Anyway, guys. Thank you again for coming. I've had a bit of a laugh, and everyone have a great couple of weeks, and I'll see you then. Bye.
All right. Ciao for now.